On one of his rare days off, police officer Tony Fuentes of Huron, California, never imagined he would become a hero in the eyes of a helpless little puppy. Huron, a small town located about 40 miles southwest of Fresno, is surrounded by vast stretches of farmland. But it's also a place where many dogs are heartlessly abandoned. On September 22nd, an emergency call jolted Fuentes out of his peaceful day off and into an emotional fight for survival. Around 10 a.m., a local resident phoned the police station in a panic, reporting that they had heard cries, possibly from a child or a small animal, coming from deep inside a storm drain. Two officers quickly arrived at the scene to investigate. When they got there, they discovered the sound wasn't coming from a child, but rather the faint, distressed whimpers of a puppy trapped in thick, sticky mud at the bottom of a drain about 10 feet deep. The small, filthy dog was trying to play with a tiny purple ball, but there was no way for it to escape the natural trap it had fallen into. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, the two officers immediately called for additional support from the Public Works Department and the Fire Department. But the rescue was anything but simple. They tried using an animal control pole, but the tight angle and narrow space made every attempt futile. At this point, Commander Tony Fuentes, though off duty, was called to the scene by the city because of his extensive experience and unwavering sense of responsibility. Without hesitation, Fuentes rushed to the scene. The moment he saw the tiny puppy struggling in the mud, his heart sank. He was determined to save the helpless creature at all costs. First, Fuentes ran to a nearby hardware store and bought a telescopic pole and a pool skimmer, improvising a rescue tool with his own hands. But when he tried to use it, the contraption wasn't sturdy enough to lift the puppy out. The rescue team even considered pumping the mud out of the drain. But the area was filled with debris and had turned into a swamp-like mess, making that plan impossible. Time kept ticking, each passing minute weighing heavily on Fuentes. The puppy's cries grew weaker, on the verge of fading completely. He couldn't bear the thought of the little dog slowly dying in despair. Finally, after hours of brainstorming and failed attempts, the rescue team came up with a new strategy. They would use an animal control pole and wrap it around a nearby concrete post to form an L shape. With precision and patience, Fuentes carefully maneuvered the tool and managed to hook the puppy out of the drain. After more than 6 relentless hours of effort, at 4:30 p.m., the puppy was finally rescued. Applause and sighs of relief erupted from both the rescue team and the gathered onlookers. The little dog was taken to the Huron Animal Shelter, where it was cleaned up, given a warm meal, and later transferred to a rescue center for further care. But the story didn't end there. 2 days later, another local resident found a second puppy, believed to be the sibling of the rescued one, dumped in a trash bin. Fuentes explained that their mother was a stray dog that local teams had been trying to capture and spay, but had yet to succeed. In Huron, stray dogs roam everywhere, and people frequently abandon them in open fields, ranging from huskies and French bulldogs to German shepherds and many other breeds. Fuentes, who is a proud owner of 2 dogs named Rosie and Coda, couldn't hide his sadness about the dire situation. He explained that the local shelter was overcrowded, with every kennel full, yet very few people came to adopt. To help address the issue, the city of Huron decided to host a free adoption event on October 26th, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Keenan Park. Fuentes hoped the event would help many dogs find loving homes, while also encouraging people to donate to the shelter. His story of perseverance and compassion spread, serving as a powerful reminder of human responsibility toward animals and the importance of adoption. Thanks to Fuentes, the tiny puppy was given a second chance at life, a life filled with warmth and care. Hearing stories about people who go to great lengths to save animals gives us hope that not everything is as hopeless as it may seem for these poor souls. The truth is, countless dogs suffer from neglect and abuse, leading their owners to surrender them to local authorities. Fortunately, many animal rescue organizations step in, saving these lovable dogs from the harsh and frightening reality of life on the streets as unwanted strays.